Thank you and welcome to the show for today. You are watching Perspectives and I am host Alana McLaughlin. This morning on the show I have two individuals from the Nashville Youth Basketball Association here discussing their backgrounds, their careers, the impact that they seek to leave on Nashville through this work in ways that we can support them. Fellas, I just want to thank y'all for joining me this morning. And thank y'all just for kind of sharing your perspective with me.
Definitely.
Now, David, I know you're known as Coach K. I want you to introduce yourself and take me through early childhood. Take me through where you're from, some of the schools that you attended, and take me through that early experience.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm David Keary. Everybody, like you said, everybody calls me Coach K in the basketball world. So from here in Nashville, Tennessee, was born in Memphis, but have been in Nashville my whole life. Lived in East Nashville, Dalewood Elementary, Rosebank over in that area. Middle school, I went to Martin Luther King out there in North Nashville. Good experience. Then from there I went to Glencliff High School. So went to Glencliff, graduated, moved to South Nashville, played basketball there, of course. Lived my life there, and as I continued to grow, ended up going to Tennessee Tech. So here in Tennessee, went to get my bachelor's and my master's degree as well.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes. Juan, that same early background, set it up for me.
All right, so I'm from here also. Grew up specifically in the Hermitage area. Went to Dodson, but then middle school got busted all the way out to North Nashville. So went to Warden there for middle school, came back to Two Rivers, then went to McGavick, graduated McGavick, ended up going to Tennessee State University, graduated there with my bachelor's in business information systems. So I've been in Nashville my whole life also, just around the local area. Yeah.
Now I want to hear about early basketball experiences.
Okay.
Tell me who you were a fan of,
Yeah.
who you were following, who you were inspired by, if you played at all throughout school.
Yeah.
Take me through just where that love came from. Coach K, I want to start with you.
Yeah,
Take
definitely.
me.
Basketball's always been a big part of my life. Sports in general. You know, we grew up playing in the Boys and Girls Clubs and those type of things. And then middle school and going on. So did play middle school basketball, Martin Luther King, great experience there. We won the city championship my 7th grade year. Some really great players, you know, that I played with there. Then over at Glencliff, another great time there. We had a great team there. So a lot of guys went to play college basketball. So I always enjoyed the sport, and as I continued to get older, actually realized how much I enjoyed it. You know, when I was younger, you know, when you're young, you get pulled different ways. But as I've continued to get older, you know, the sport of basketball has really been, you know, my passion and the thing that I've turned to, you know, the most. So,
Yes. And Mr. Juan, kind of that same background. Where did that love for basketball come from?
So mine was a little bit different. So where I grew up, it wasn't a lot of gyms. It wasn't a lot of places to play basketball at.
Yes, sir.
So when they built the neighborhood by my home, probably when I was around 8 to 10 years old, and it was a more up-class neighborhood, so people had basketball goals.
Yeah.
So that's where I actually got to start playing. And my mom's biggest thing was, boy, I'm not going to drive around town and let you play no basketball. You better figure it out around here. And so I grew a love for some kind of kid. I didn't have access to it.
Yeah.
So I started wanting to play it, and it went from building goals, putting crates on trees at the house. And then as I started getting older and they would get into middle school, high school, I started getting more access to playing basketball. Just always loved it. It was just something I was always able to do. Never got to play it like on a school level. That just wasn't where my head was, playing it like that. But I always loved it, and that's what got me to NYBA now, just love for it.
Take me through some early teams. When you were a child, who did you love? What players were you like, I'm going to be him when I grow up, if any?
I was a fan of Phoenix son, Charles Barkley. So I love Charles Barkley. You know, I'm not the tallest basketball player, but I like rebounding. I'm a physical player, so Charles Barkley style coming up, growing up, I kind of took to. And Tennessee guy Penny Hardaway, a great player right here in Tennessee, so I always want to pay homage to him. So
And Mr. Juan, that early love.
Man, my first love was Shaq. Yeah, that was my first love. I was just fascinated by the dunking. Just dunking of the ball, and then kind of like Coach watching Shaq, I got to see Penny. I'm like, hold on, now that's a little bit smoother. Though.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of like the game. So yeah, the Magic was one of my first favorite teams.
I was gonna say we probably showing our age a little bit with these players, because I think most of the kids know Charles Barkley and Shaq from the TNT Sports Show, and that, but we watched them play basketball.
Oh my
so,
God!
Yeah.
I know. I'm about to say. I was thinking about like, boy, I don't remember a time where Charles Barkley was actively
right.
playing. But that blast from the past, I know that there's viewers sitting there saying, boy, I remember
Yeah,
that, and I used to love
definitely,
him too.
definitely.
And in our second and third segments, we're going to just talk about how these guys
Yeah.
inspired you, not only as athletes, but just as stand-up men, inspired you to just kind of give back to the community. And we're going to talk about how you guys give back through NYBA.
Awesome.
I encourage viewers to tune into the second segment of Perspectives, where David, myself, and Juan will return to discuss NYBA, the impact that these guys seek to leave on Nashville through this work in ways that we can support them. Welcome to the second segment of the show for today. For viewers just tuning in, I am host Alana McLaughlin, and you are watching Perspectives. This morning's topic is the Nashville Youth Basketball Association, and my guests are here discussing their backgrounds, NYBA, the work that they do here in the Nashville community, and the impact that they seek to leave on our community through this work. In my first segment, my guests set up their early lives, just some of the environments that they dwelled in, some of the schools that they attended, and just the impact that those schools had on them. When we began the discussion of where did your love for basketball come from, we discussed early basketball experiences, just early love, early players, and we're coming right back in to discuss just kind of what adolescent life and later adolescence, young adulthood looked like for my two guests that ended up inspiring them to start the Nashville Youth Basketball Association and inspired them to kind of give back to their local community. We're coming right back in. Take me through, again, what just adolescent life looked like. This is the period kind of after Tennessee Tech, after Tennessee State, and tell me just some of the experiences that you had that made you kind of sit down, made both of you sit down and say, we need an organization, an outlet where kids can come, they can play this sport, they can be safe, they can be loved in a community, and just take me through the beginning.
All right. Well, for myself, of course, I graduated. I'm gonna put my age out there. I graduated in 1999 from Glencliff High School. So my path to getting to success isn't, as clear as some people may be. I got in trouble, as a teenager, and had a repercussions behind that. But as I got focused on things that I wanted to do, just my business. I'm a business major, so a lot of business ideas came to mind. So I started, we was in did the music industry for a little while, did some, producing, also did some management of artists as well. So
now, Coach K, how many people know about this facet of life?
A lot of people know about it, but a lot of people that I do basketball with don't know about it.
Yeah. I'm like, what? I heard this, man.
Right.
Keep going. I just had to ask. Yeah.
So from there I started a magazine. So I had a magazine. It was called Urban Living Magazine. We had national distribution, Borders, Books a Million, Hastings, all around. So we did that for about 3 or 4 years. Did really well with that. Opened up a lot of other doors, to meet people and do other things. And then I got into the film industry. So we got into the film industry. I got 2 feature films that's out with distribution. I have 2 short films that we ended up getting some film festival awards for and invites. So we did well with that. And then I would say we're on our 14th winter season for NYBA. So we started back in 2012. So since I kind of got back into the basketball, it's kind of been full head on with that. But yeah, it's been a lot of background and a lot of things that's led up to this and kind of inspired. He's not here today, but also one of our basketball ambassadors, Dante Jones. First round pick in the NBA draft, 1996 with the New York Knicks. So we kind of came together and was like, hey, we need something for our kids to really push them, because Nashville's not known as a basketball community as much as it is football.
Yes.
So Memphis and Chicago and DMV area, these are basketball hubs. So we was like, hey, we need to give some of the same training, some of the same focus, some of the same priorities that these kids are getting in these other cities right here in Nashville. So we started the organization. That was 2012. We may have had our first camp. We may have had 10 kids in the gym. So we may have 10 kids, and now you can come to my gym at any time. There's hundreds of kids. We serve over 1,500 kids a year just in our program. And so it started, you know, not necessarily saying, hey, we're going to start a basketball organization. It was like, hey, let's help these kids. So,
yes. And now, Mr. Juan, tell me again about what life looked like for you prior to NBA. And then I want to hear from you both. Where did you discover that there was a need for youth to specifically be targeted in terms of help, to be targeted in terms of like, this is where our outreach is going to go? You tell me about life first, and then tell me about recognizing that need in Nashville's youth.
All right, so mine, I was after I graduated from high school, I didn't really know what I was going to do. And I thought I was going to go to the military, but that got shook off real fast. So, man, I went with one of my partners who played football in McGavitt. He was at a summer program. He like, man, just come up here, just look at the campus. And I went in there and I looked around. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to college. And so I got into school, but wasn't really mentally mature enough for school. And so I ended up getting put on academic probation. So I went to go work a regular job. And man, I would still come up to the school and people was like, you ain't in school no more. And I'm like, nah, that ain't what I'm about. So I'm like, I need to get serious. These are the same people I was hanging out with, y'all still in school. So I got back in school, and what really kind of pivoted, I ended up getting shot in the face while I was at school. So yeah, it's happened.
At Tennessee State?
At Tennessee State, yeah.
Tell me about that.
Man, so wrong, Black Friday of 2003. Just wrong place, wrong time. My partner was working the store, and it was by the bottom off Main Street over there, and we would take turns going up there while he would close the store. And this happened to be my turn to sit up there with him. Somebody came in and robbed the store that day, and so it was just time. And that bullet went in right here, came out my neck right here.
Heavenly Father.
And so that kind of, I had a son at the time too. I had my son when I was 16. I wasn't really being a great dad, so I was like, man, you know what? It's time to start stepping this up. And so when my son moved up, he moved up here. My love for basketball, I wanted him to love basketball too. And so that's how I got with NYBA. I was looking for a program for him and really couldn't find one. And I kept hearing about these guys, but I didn't know much about them. But I kind of kept showing up to some things they were doing. I'm like, okay, I just don't know. And then, man, one day I remember I brought him up there, and we, after one of the practices with Dante, one of our brand ambassadors, Coach K came in the gym, and me and my son was on the side goal doing some little drills. And he came up to me and said, whatever you're doing right here, keep doing it. I'm finna send some kids over. And the next thing I know, about 10 to 15 kids came over, and we just doing drills. I didn't know it was evaluations for our Heat League, for summer Heat. And I've been in ever since.
Now, guys, I want to save kind of the bulk of this conversation for our final segment. But I want to ask you, before I let off on this second one, what is the impact that you seek to leave on these children through NYBA?
The impact we want to leave is just to leave a foundation that they can grow on, know that they're adults and people who care about them, who want to see them win, who want to see them successful, and provide a safe environment for them to do that. So that's our main focus.
And would you agree with that, Juan?
Yeah, definitely. We because once again, I take it personal because I was a kid that didn't have access to it. And that's what I realized: when kids don't have access to outlets, they get into anything. And so being a part of an outlet for kids to plug into has been an amazing thing to be a part of.
And I want to talk about what the last about 12 years have looked like for NYBA. I want to talk about just registration, what a winter season looks like. What are you guys even doing? And I want to know all the information so that any parent that's watching this, especially this is going during winter break, any parent that's saying like he keeps banging against my wall, we need to send him to the center or something. Just kind of give them a resource where they can send their child and kind of feel comfortable about it. I encourage viewers to tune into the final segment of Perspectives, where David, Juan, and I will return to discuss the Nashville Youth Basketball Association, all of its intricate workings, the impact that these guys are having on the Nashville community, and ways that we can support them. Welcome to the final segment of the show for today. For viewers just tuning in, I am host Alana McLaughlin, and you are watching Perspectives. This morning, I've had two individuals representing the Nashville Youth Basketball Association here discussing their lives, pivotal adolescent experiences, their backgrounds, and the impact that they seek to leave on Nashville youth through this work. I want to spend these final kind of 10 minutes of this segment talking about the Nashville Youth Basketball Association. They've been in motion for about the last 12, 13 years, and we're just talking about just some of the highlights of organization, what they provide for the Nashville community, specifically Nashville youth, and ways that Perspectives viewers can stay in touch with them and support them. We're coming right back in.
Definitely.
Coach K, you take me away. We've got some beautiful stuff over here, and you guys just tell me about what NYBA has looked like for the past 12 years.
Yes, well, NYBA, we do a lot locally here. We do camps, we do leagues, we do summer programs, we do some mentoring. So those are things that we do here locally. And then some of this stuff right here is some of our national teams. So they go and they play national events. These two are AAU World Championships. We're actually the winningest team in AAU World Championship history. We're the only team in Tennessee to have one of these trophies, let alone two, representing the AAU World Championship. And we got some little rings to go with them.
Yeah.
So we do that. But a lot of what we do is about mentoring and just developing not just basketball players, but young men and young ladies to be the best that they can be and prosper in whatever it is they're going to do. Because of course, most kids or most people aren't going to go play professional basketball.
Yes, sir.
So we use basketball as a tool for the bigger purpose and the bigger game, which is the game of life.
Yes, sir.
So we use some of those tools to instill discipline, integrity, and one thing that a lot of kids don't like, accountability.
Yes.
Holding them accountable. So
yes,
those are things that we do. But our Winter League is about to start up here. We'll have about 800 kids in our Winter League. We run it over at McGavick High School.
Yes.
We do Sunday, we call it Hard Work Sunday. So every Sunday we have ages, I think 4 or 5 up to about 16. And we do training and let them play games in there. We do that 3 to 5 every Sunday at McGavick High School. Yes. And then, like I said, we also have we just finished up our anti-violence camp. We did a free camp for promoting anti-violence here around Middle Tennessee. And we have our gala that's coming up. It's a fundraiser gala that we're doing December 6th. We have local talent like Dola White from 101 is going to host it. Two Live Bree, he's one of the artists that's going to come out and perform. Renard Hirsch, he's a comedian here in town. He's going to come out. DJ Mouse, one of the other DJs.
I've had all these people on my show. It's so fun.
So it should be a great event, and we encourage everyone to come out and support. So that's a lot of what we do.
Now, Coach K, take me through something that piqued my interest was that anti-violence campaign.
Yes.
I want you to talk about that one. I want to hear specifically from you about the importance of this campaign, what it entails. Tell me a little bit about these bracelets that we're wearing today, and tell me it all.
Well, I'll let Juan talk about that.
All right. So that's the Forever Done Foundation. So that's a branch under the umbrella NYBA.
Yes, sir.
So back in 2018, my son, who was a ball player in our program, was murdered in the parking lot where we actually do our basketball operations out of. Some friends I say friends, associates had set him up to rob him in the parking lot, and in return it went wrong and he lost his life.
Yes, sir.
And so at that point, you got a child who graduated in May 2018, we're burying him October 2018. Jesus. And it really made a light bulb go off for me that, man, with these kids, we've been under our umbrella, we've been nurturing, we've been teaching, like, it can go wrong just like that.
Yes, sir.
One bad decision, one bad choice. So something that we've done was, we know, like Coach K said, everybody's not gonna go pro.
Yes,
so
sir.
what do we do to help that transition? Because that was my son's thing. My son, Dad, I'm 6'1", I'm not gonna get no check for this. Like, this basketball is time to bring it to an end. And we didn't have a transition plan for that decision. We just had a plan to go to college and play ball.
Yes, sir.
And so now we're like, hold on, we got to have kind of a bridging program. Just because you turn 18 doesn't make you grown. So that's where that foundation came from. And when we do this camp once a year to help acknowledge that violence exists and how to recognize. We know we can't change it, but if we make you aware of it, that it exists and it can happen. And something we started doing was giving out awards to honor people in the community that do good things, that are good. We call it the Good Girl, Good Guy Award.
Yes,
so, we don't want to just honor the person who did something wrong and got their life on track. We want to honor the people who have done things right all the way through and give them acknowledgement too. So that's what that's about. And just, we give these wristbands every year so they can think about their future.
And it's a beautiful way to memorialize your son Juan
Yeah.
and just kind of keep his name alive. Take me through some other unique kind of facets. You just mentioned this gala. Take me through, again, unique facets of NYBA.
Right.
How do people even get involved? How do kids sign up? Are there auditions, tryouts?
Yeah.
Take me, I'm a parent.
Okay.
I have a 6-year-old who's kind of bow-legged.
Okay.
He doesn't really have too much balance.
Okay.
He can't dribble, but he's eager.
Yeah.
And he wants to do something. So what would you tell me with this, like, my poor little bow-legged baby?
Well, the great part of our program is it's for players and kids of all backgrounds, so you don't have to be an athlete necessarily to come play in our, because we have a lot of kids with our Hard Work Sundays. Want to get exercise.
Yes, sir.
They just want to come in and learn the fundamentals of the game. So we have programs for that. Like I said, our Hard Work Sundays, McGavick High School that you can go to, and also we have kids who are high-level kids. So now they want the high-level training. They want to travel and play. So we have programming for them as well. We have our own facility. It's over Batavia Street, right over there by Pearl. So we have classrooms. We have workout room, weight rooms. Gym, 6 goals, shooting machines. So we have a lot of resources that we can help. If a kid wants to come learn, we can help teach them to learn. If a kid wants to really get good at basketball, we can help them get good at basketball.
So you really just take the kids as they come.
As they come.
And kind of whenever they show up.
Well, to a certain degree, seasonally.
There we go. Tell me about that part.
Well, we have seasons that we do. So we have a winter season, we have a spring league, and we have a fall league.
Okay.
So a lot of the people who want to play in leagues and play for teams, they'll play for that.
Yes, sir.
And then we have camps and clinics that we do throughout the year. So we have clinics that we do that are fall break, metro fall break, winter fall break, and we get that. And then our summer program has been really big the last couple of years. It's an all-day thing. So I'm not gonna call it a daycare, but it's not a lot of basketball players per se in there. But it's just, younger kids, and we work with them, and a lot of things that we talk about is not just basketball related. It's about, discipline and confidence and believing in yourself and things of that nature. So it's an overall program. It's not just a basketball team. It's not just we're gonna come practice. It's a whole program that we like to kind of cultivate the youth into just pushing them in the right direction.
Now, can young women and females?
On that far.
Yes, give it to me.
So we have girls that play basketball too, and we have a platform that we work through, kind of third party, to make sure they get to where they need to get to. But my wife, she runs the dance and cheer program. And so it was ironic this year at the anti-violence. It's the first year we had more dance and cheer than we did girls doing basketball. So and that's real big. Like mentor, one thing that we've learned to do is we got our programming, but we take that programming and, like you said, that's just kind of the instrument.
Yeah.
How can we mentor through that programming?
Yes.
How can we teach through that programming? How can we role model through that programming?
Yes.
And that's why it's broken up. Like you said, you can come as you are, but it is seasonal, because this season we may deal with this age group. This season we may deal with that age group. This season may have boys and girls. This season may be girls only, maybe boys only. So
Coach K and Juan, I want you guys to plug yourselves in. Plug in NYBA's website, social media, and then plug in ways that people can personally stay in contact and in support of you both.
Okay, definitely. Instagram, Twitter, NYBA Basketball, nice and simple. Facebook, Nashville Youth Basketball, and also our website is NashvilleYouthBasketball.org. So you can go on there, got all the information for our programming, can stay updated on some of the things we have going. Definitely encourage, parents and, kids alike to, check out what we're doing, because what we do, I don't want to say we're teaching the parents too, but we bring it in as a whole family. We want to do it as a community and as a business. So,
Plug you guys' personal social medias, or just any way that parents or supporters can stay in contact.
And pretty much same ones that he mentioned, NYBA 2026. I may put more of the foundational stuff on there. Forever Don brand on Instagram. And then also our NYBA Academy.
Yes, perfect. Thank you all for just sharing your stories. Thank you for the work that you do in the Nashville community. And to my viewers, thank you for the opportunity to share one more perspective, one more story that matters to Nashville. Good morning.